It combines the power of the mind with the wisdom of your heart, and it just helps you to unlock your potential.
Put your hands together for reinvent. Hey everyone, welcome to my Shiny Minds show. My name is Shiny Ünsal. I am the creator of Neuro-Shine Technology. And today, I would love to talk to you about coronavirus. Specifically, what we learned from coronavirus so far and what we're still learning. And I have 5 powerful insights that might be very helpful for you to put your reality into different perspectives. Before I do that, I would love to start acknowledging that the time that we are facing right now is not beautiful. It's not very comfortable. It is hard, it is uncertain, and it might be boring for a lot of you. And I get it, I'm with you. People are dying, people are getting infected, people are getting lonely and distant, and it is, people are losing jobs, and I get it. It is not something we want to face, but let's face it, we are facing it. So something out of our control should not be managing and running something we are in control, which is your mindset, which is the way you look at it. And that's why I put together 5 insights that I would love to share with you. And I would love to really ask you to go deep with me, okay? I would like you to ask those questions that I will be asking you and have that openness, some curiosity, because with your permission, I'm going to make some jokes. I am going to bring humor into it. Maybe I am going to bring some comfort into the normal way of you doing things. Okay, here is what I think we are learning. Number 1, we really learn to pause and rethink what is truly important for us. Think about it. Only in the United States, more than 3 million people lost their jobs. The number was lower than 300,000 before the coronavirus. So that is, we're talking about 10x, 10 times more people. And what are they doing? You might be one of them. What are you doing now? What are you doing with your time? Are you staying at home and feeling sorry for yourself? Please don't. Because you are in charge of how you feel about what's going on. You may not have the control of what's going on outside of you, but you have full control and responsibility and power to control what's inside of you. This number 1 learning from coronavirus is also a little bit funky because it literally sounds like a crash course on gratitude, sponsored and brought to you by yours truly, the universe, right? What does that mean? I mean, it means that universe has been joking and universe has been let me just crash your daily life. Let me just get in there and be a little bit uncomfortable for you, because the universe wants you to step up. The universe wants you to level up. It's not even my insight. If you study quantum physics, if you study cosmology, cosmology is the science of the universe, and it studies how the universe evolves. And the universe has what in it? Us in it, the planets in it, the earth in it, and the energy that we bring to the earth in it. And so, if you go down to the very, very basic elements of the universe, you're gonna find that it's all energy. The universe is begging for another level of energy. And that is what we are learning. We are learning to be very mindful of the energy we are putting out to the world. It's not only about you, it's more than you now. Because the virus might be very, very, very dangerous, but I'll tell you what. Your virus of negative thinking and negative talking is as much dangerous. And that's what we're learning. With that, let me talk about number 2 learning. Positive thinking is not a hobby. It is a real vital necessity. And when I talk about positive thinking, I want to mention to you about neuroscience, positive psychology, and NLP. And I will go into details. But before I do that, let me just also express it from universe's perspective. Universe is almost saying, hey, humanity, and now I need to do a software update on all of your minds because you have not been listening to me. I need better processing in those human minds. I need more consciousness. Sponsored by yours truly, the universe. My friends, universe is interrupting our lives and reminding us that your health, your well-being is a lot more directly related to your thinking than you knew it was. Here is why. Limbic brain, this is from all neuroscience. You have 3 parts of your brain. The first one is your primitive brain. It's all about survival. The second one is your limbic brain, which is the emotional part, responsible for emotions. And the third one is the higher part of your brain, which is strategic thinking, critical thinking, and making decisions. So we're talking about the middle right now, limbic brain. The limbic brain works together with the other systems in your body to create some substance for your immune system. Watch this. When you have positive emotions, you know what happens? Your limbic brain creates those happy hormones, and those happy hormones go and communicate with the immune cells, and then now they're happy all of a sudden, and now they're taking care of you, and guess what? You have a better immune system because your limbic brain is very, very directly controlling you, automatically controlling your heartbeat and your breathing. Your heartbeat and your breathing is automatically, directly controlled by the way you feel about situations. So that's why it's really important to remember neuroscience. And from positive psychology, I would love to bring a very practical tool for you. Positive psychology is created by Dr. right over here, Dr. Martin Seligman. He is from the University of Pennsylvania. He is the founder of positive psychology, and I'm so happy that he founded positive psychology because up until him, psychology was known to be a science of what is wrong with people. And with positive psychology, it is a science of studying what is right with people, with humans, right? So he talks about this PERMA model to remind you how you can be happy and how you can measure your happiness. And why is it important to measure your happiness? Remember the limbic system and how your emotional brain works with your immune system to boost it so that you can be healthier, okay? So he says you need to be happy, and then you can measure your happiness with this 5 steps, and it's like a model like that. Every letter stands for something. P stands for your positive emotions, we talked about them. E stands for engagement, how you are engaged with life. If you check out, if you just give up, if you just like let yourself be victim of the situations or not. Or if you still keep engaging, if you still keep going and attached to your goals and dreams, that's engagement. Relationships are truly important because if you look at it from the neuroscience perspective, what goes on to your mind is what creates your mind. And if happy relationships, laughter, support, like imagine all of those positive emotions, if those are the ones that are consumed by your beautiful brain, your relationships are of course are going to determine the way you are happy or not. And then there is also meaning. Meaning is what you attach to what's going on in life. And meaning is how you define what life is. And it is so important that you live your life on purpose so that it becomes a part of your happiness. And last but not least, we're talking about achievement. How good you are setting yourself very, very motivating goals and how good you are to achieve them. Another perspective about positive thinking is from NLP. If you ever heard about neuro-linguistic programming, you know that it is the #1 technology in the world for mind, behavior, and communication. So NLP has a tool that I would love to share with you, which is a comparison tool that is going to put everything into perspective for you. Think about the other times that we had health crisis, like smallpox, SARS, or Ebola with like 50% mortality rate. So when you compare what's going on with coronavirus at like 3% or 4% with these ones, all of a sudden it doesn't look that bad, right? And on the other hand, if you look at what's going on in China, what's going right in China, yes, they lost a lot of lives, but let's focus on the lives that are saved in China. China already saved 1,000 times more lives than it lost, only in the months of January and February 2020. You know why? Because the air is cleaner. The air pollution was killing more people in China than coronavirus has killed so far. And not to mention the beautiful canals in Venice in Italy. So it is a nature's rewarding system. Hey, when you just take a pause, I'm just gonna reward you, right? And so moving on, the third perspective, the insight that I would love to share with you is that we are now more intentional about our communication, aren't we? When we ask someone, how are you? We really mean it. We really want to know what they are doing, how they are doing. And it is really important now. It's like a check for us. Do I really mean what I am saying? It's a good learning from coronavirus. Number 4, well, it's always about the why, because the how can change. When I was writing this last night, I heard an instrument coming from downstairs, and I just loved it so much because it was on the street. And somebody was just like wanting to share what's in their heart, and it just didn't matter where it was, how it was, when it was, because what mattered was they wanted to share it. It was the why. And like looking at the corporations right now, how are they working? They are working virtually. They even have happy hours, virtual happy hours. And they also have FaceTime lunches. And if you have ever seen anyone doing like a dance party online, that is also what's happening in the world. Because what we are looking for is deep connections, meaning, and really, really connecting. That's what we are learning as humanity. Last but not least, we shall shake hands again. My friends, it is time to reset our goals. That's what we're learning. It is time to envision what is going to happen at the end of this time. Because this time is going to end and then we're going to go back to our lives again. Of course, it's not going to be the same. It's going to be different. But still, in the end, we are going to have a new life. And who are you going to be at the end of this period? How are you going to design your life? Are you going to make different decisions? Are you going to be more mindful about your communication, the way you treat people, the way you treat yourself? That is also what we're learning from coronavirus. So 5 insights that I shared with you. I hope it was really helpful because I want to remind you, life is a beautiful game that you can play on your own terms successfully. So it's your time to unlock your true potential and become who you're meant to be. Do you know why? Because the ones who win the game of life and make their difference in the world, they have love and they have their shiny minds. If you liked this video, please share it with your friends and family. You might be helping someone who needs to hear this. And please subscribe to my channel to become more and achieve more.